Look, I'm not even being dramatic. I wish I never met the narc. I wish it all the time. I wish I never met the narc. I wish I never met that motherfucker. Because the trauma bond was so like, the narc took me down through there. It took me down through there. When I tell you, I was dragged to the pits of hell and back in the name of love. But it wasn't even love. We were on and off and on and off and on and off and on and off and on and off for 3 years. 3 years. 3 years. And the saddest part is that it is my fault because I did want it. I was addicted to this person. The good times were not even that good, but they were like something. Like, my precious time though, like, I just see so clearly the way, like, you know how they say when men know, they know? Well, the thing is, he knew. As much as I was addicted to him sexually, he knew that, like, if he asked me to marry him, I would probably say no. But that doesn't go for all men. The right kind of guy in the right kind of situation, if the guy asked me to marry him, I would say yes. I would say yes. So it was just because I knew me and him weren't the forever pair. Like, I would be wrong to say yes knowing we're going to get divorced. Although there's plenty of women that go ahead and do that just so they can look a certain way in society. They go ahead and get married so they can have an ex-husband at least. I didn't want to do that. But now that I'm fully healed, I can just see all the red flags so clearly. And I wish I never met the narc. I know people would say, like, but what about the lesson? What about, like, the fact that you learned that people like this exist? What about all that you learned? I guess that's beneficial, but even with all that, I wish I never met the narc. I want to believe that all people are good. Sometimes I want to go back to the way I used to think, but I can't. I never can now. And that's probably for the best. But I wish I never met the narc. Things are going really well with a lot of my goals being reached, financially, career-wise, even my hair. I want my hair to my ass crack. It's coming along quite nicely. And this time around, I'm not letting anybody get in the way of all of those goals. Financial, career, hair growth. Nobody is gonna fuck up what I'm building this time around. And beware, sometimes the person that is coming to fuck it up, they are the nicest you've ever experienced. They are the most handsome. They're the most good looking. Be very mindful, be very careful who you let in your energy, okay? I gotta clean this out. What is that? There's a dot in there. Anyways, I pay close attention, and I'm really glad that I'm like this before I have kids, because even someone seemingly kind, like, I'm not gonna try to just like helicopter parent my kids. They can go be free, be wild, be all those things that kids should be allowed to be. But I'll never fall for the bullshit like a stupid parent. Like, you know, I'll always see through the veil. Like, just because you're being nice, that don't mean shit to me. I've always been like that, though. Even when I was in school and people were telling us what the truth is, I would just think to myself, this is what I need to remember to get an A. I need to remember that this is the answer they want me to put. But I don't actually believe that this is the answer. So I would have like 2 versions of myself. Like, what do you believe at your core? And then what are you just going to put down so you can get an A? And you have to, that's how you survive in life. But guys, keep God first, pray, and actually be very grateful that you met the narc, because it did teach you a lot. But at the same time, I wish I never met the narc. I genuinely do. Okay, keep glowing, growing, and thriving. Bye.